heathens got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.
What's up, Clutch?
Are we live?
We are live. Cowbell.
I'm going to get a look from the family here in about 3, 2, 1. Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, hey.
Turn it up. I want to hear some more Eddie effects.
All right, hey. It's Mannix and Clutch. Welcome to another edition of Broix. I was thinking of the guy who recorded the song. His name is Nefex or Nefex. Yeah, it's another YouTube library. I didn't have to attribute anything to this guy, but you know what? I feel like I should.
Yeah.
It's a great song. Let's start again. Hey, welcome to another edition of Broish with Mannix and Clutch, two brothers talking Notre Dame football. All right, let's kill that song. What's up, Clutch? How you doing?
We're good. We're kind of lame today because we're coming off a bye week, right?
Coming off a bye week, and we're recording this in the middle of the week. Usually we try to record this right after the game, but we had no game, and no, we just had other things going on. Not a big deal.
And I'm usually drinking beer.
And you're just drinking beer, but you know what? It's a Tuesday night, so
Gosh, I thought it was Wednesday. My bad.
Clutch is getting ready for a beer fest this weekend, and you're gonna miss out on the Pittsburgh game. Is that the last
I
home
will.
game? No, I don't think it is.
It could be worse. Could have been USC game or any of the last 4 games, really. So,
well,
but yeah,
the much needed week off came at a great time. 8 games in, and after a stretch of 4 games where Notre Dame played undefeated and all ranked teams, and finished it off with USC just clobbering USC, and then USC got beat in the last second again by Utah, I think for the second year in a row, and a lot of people were talking about Caleb Williams and his decision to sit on the bench after the game and after they lost, and did not get up to go congratulate any of the Utah players. The quarterback himself, I don't even know the quarterback's name, but he couldn't even get off the bench to go say, hey, good job. Way to come back and beat my Heisman ass. Clutch.
Well, you said it's the second time they lost to him. It's actually the third time because they lost to him twice last year because they played them in the Pac-12
Championship. That's right. Totally forgot about that. So, yeah, you know what? And I don't care. And I think both you and I don't have the tweet, but it was by some, I don't know if it was like a recruiting, like NFL recruiting bullshit X account, and basically said that Caleb Williams will not get a chance to play in a national championship, and in his career, in his college career, and that sucks because for the best college, or at least one of the best, I think he did say the.
He said arguably the best USC quarterback.
Said. No, not even the best USC quarterback. I think he said arguably the best ever college quarterback ever, and everybody was like blown away by that. Like, what are you talking about, dude? He's not even the third best USC quarterback ever. So
right.
So, and he's not. Is he a good quarterback? Yeah, he's a great quarterback. I'm not going to say that. He won the Heisman Trophy, so props to him. But no, I don't think he's arguably the best quarterback ever. So, whatever. Anyways.
No, it's again, like I said, it's whenever the press gets hyped up on a dynamic player like that, a la Johnny Manziel or Mayfield or that quarterback from Texas that I always forget about. they always jump on that bandwagon, and they had that one. Their body of work is just that 1 year. Then they come in the NFL and just get their ass handed to them. I mean, uh, what's his face? Mayfield? No, Mayfield is that his name?
Yeah, Baker Mayfield you're talking about?
Yeah, he's looking okay this year, but he's not the step from where he was in college to here. He's just not the same. He's barely a starting quarterback. I mean,
he's starting for Tampa Bay, so I mean he's doing well. But obviously got drafted by the Browns, and the Browns seem to draft the hottest quarterback, or at least the most talked about quarterback coming out of college. I mean, for instance, they drafted Notre Dame's quarterback. What's his name?
Quinn.
No. Brady Quinn, and then the other guy. What's it? I keep forgetting his name.
Kaiser.
Yeah, Deshaun Kaiser.
Kaiser.
Yeah. So drafted both those quarterbacks, and both of them were out in less than a couple of years, I believe. So
Kaiser went to Green Bay, didn't he? And then played for Green Bay for a while behind Mr. Asshole. What's his name?
Yeah,
Rodgers.
And was he a second round pick? What was he? He was I think Deshaun Kaiser
he was up there.
Yeah, maybe it was first round. Maybe it was Brady Quinn. Brady was the one who sat in the
green room.
Yeah, in the green room. And had to wait. But I think he was a second round choice from Cleveland. It looks like, I'm looking here. Yeah. He signed a 5-year deal with the Browns, reported $20.2 million. So he's not hurting for money. He didn't play for very long, but where did they draft him as?
He was either late first round or early second round. I don't remember. I thought it was first round.
I'm just sitting
here
looking at Wikipedia and not receiving any answer. Maybe I should just, say, hey, what?
Hey, Alexa, what round did Brady Quinn get drafted in the NFL?
In the 2007 NFL Draft, Brady Quinn was drafted 22nd overall by the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah,
first round. First round. So was it Kaiser that wasn't?
Yeah, probably. Hey, Google. Oops. Hey, Alexa. When was what's Kaiser's first name?
Deshaun.
I missed something.
Deshaun.
Can you say it again?
Hey, Alexa. When was Deshaun Kaiser drafted in the NFL Draft?
From MarriotBiography.com.
What?
Deshaun was drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles in the second round of the 2008 NFL Draft.
That I didn't know that. Philadelphia Eagles?
No, he
went the same. Ron Powlus. Ron Powlus was drafted by the Eagles.
He was drafted in the second round. So it was Deshaun that was drafted. He was drafted 50.
Was he drafted by the
for
Eagles?
No, I don't think so.
What the hell is wrong with you, Alexa?
I know, she's drunk.
Alexa, are you drunk?
Not me.
Oh, she just said no, not yet.
Notre Dame plays Pittsburgh coming up, and we all know Pittsburgh because Pat Narduzzi is the coach of Pittsburgh, and he absolutely hates Notre Dame, has since he was defensive coordinator for Michigan State University. Mm-hmm. He's always had a hate relationship because he thinks that Notre Dame gets away with a ton of things. I mean, being independent and not having to join a conference is one of them. Now that Pittsburgh obviously is in the ACC, he thinks that Notre Dame should have to join the ACC, and Notre Dame's like, fuck off, we're not joining. Have you ever had to join a league or anything, like forced to join a league? I mean, anything. Like, did anybody in your lifetime try to force you to do something that you didn't want to do? I mean, this is America, man. I mean, they shouldn't have to force you to do anything.
No, about the only thing I've ever been forced to do is use the men's bathroom instead of the women's, but that's about it.
All right, moving on after that one.
Hey, no, I got something to add because you brought up Michigan State. What's up with the Michigan State controversy this week?
Oh, yeah.
The Hitler thing?
I don't get it. I don't get, like, did somebody do it on purpose? I thought it was a company that they hired.
That's what we heard. That's what I heard, yeah.
And I forget what it was. It was a trivia question, and I forget why. why
It
they
was when was Hitler born or something like that?
and it was so stupid because it's like, I do not know what's going on over in the Middle East right now. And
Well,
so
that's not appropriate any time of year or any time
no,
there's fighting
no, I guess
overseas or
not.
not. I mean,
I guess not. I
why are
mean,
we remembering? I mean, I guess Hitler's somebody we don't want to forget to do the wrong thing, right? But hey, how old was he?
what was
I
his
don't
favorite
care.
snack? It's like,
Yeah, it's like
who
it's like
cares?
what?
So the other controversy that's going on has to do with the counter, or it was is Michigan, and their big scheme going on with stealing signs, and
Hmm.
it just got hot today because apparently this I forget the guy's name, but this guy who's been going to games, he's been going to other not the games that Michigan is actually playing in, or he's going to actually games like last weekend. He was supposed to be at the Penn State Ohio State game, and it was weird that those seats were oddly empty. They had seats. They had bought seats not only on the each side of the field, so they could actually watch Penn State and Ohio State, and obviously those seats were empty. But now they have video evidence, surveillance video at other stadiums of the gentleman basically doing this the entire game, sitting there holding up his phone, recording that, and and trying to steal signs, which is a big no-no because you can't use electronic device of some sort to sit there and steal signs. Now, it's not illegal to steal signs, to sit there and take notes, I guess, but I think the elaborate way they went about it, I think he had a bunch of other people across the country that he was buying tickets for to go watch games. And you look back on Michigan's record over the last few years, and they've only lost like 3 games since like 2021. And this guy was hired, I think, in 2022. So I don't know. I mean, what do you think, Clutch? I mean, stealing signs is a big deal.
I mean, I watched I watched the stupid channel that no one we always say we shouldn't watch, but ESPN College Game Day last week, and they actually brought up some good points in that. The college game actually taunts that on the sidelines. Those years of is it Skip Kelly, whatever his name? No, Skip Kelly, is that his name? The Oregon
Chip
coach.
Kelly.
Now
Chip.
he's
He is
Chip
the
Kelly.
UCLA
Skip.
coach. Yeah.
Yeah, he used to hold up those big signs,
Yeah.
basically, and you had to try to guess, like taunting the other team, like try and figure out what play we're going to call, because it's in this combination of signs, which is a great point. But if the rules say that you can't go to another school and use electronic devices to record the other team's plays and stuff, then that's part of the rules, whether everyone thinks it's stupid or not. And if they take it out of the rule book, great. But until then, you've broken a rule, and there should be some kind of punishment for that. So.
Well, and we all remember that the New England Patriots and Spygate, and I don't think
Mhm.
anything really came down with that. I mean, now the NCAA and the NFL are two totally different organizations, and the NCAA likes to hand out penalties where they basically obviously make the university pay, or they make them vacate a bunch of games or championships if that in that matter. And Notre Dame actually had to do that for some bullshit that they got caught up in. I think it was grades, wasn't it? There was like some cheating that was going on at Notre Dame, and they made them they had to vacate every single game in 2012, I believe. So it's just, I think it's ridiculous. So I mean, now another theory is the fact that the NCAA has a vendetta against Jim Harbaugh. He just got off a 4-game suspension this year for breaking recruiting rules, and now he says that he has no involvement and didn't know anything going on with this employee, the Michigan football team, that was out there stealing signs, and that brings up a good question too. Does it fall on his shoulders because he's the head coach?
Well, who's he giving the videos to? His mom? I mean, he had to be giving it to somebody at U of M, which is underneath Harbaugh.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's.
I mean, they're not sitting around. they're not sitting around watching them for pleasure, because I think he was buying seats on both sides of the stadium, which I don't really get, but maybe to get the depending on which, I don't know why he would do that, but yeah. So he's doing that. I don't quite get it. I think this is the most for you and me. This is fodder for the next time a Michigan person randomly comes up to you and starts flapping their gums. You can just look at him and kindly say, "Why don't you go take your electron?" Or no, I had the perfect line. Don't you have to go to the Appalachian State game and record it so you guys can beat them next year?
Well, and that's true, because actually someone said, "Well, you forgot to send somebody to go scout TCU." I mean, I know that was a bowl game, so they probably weren't prepared to go scout TCU.
Yeah,
but yes, I think it's a huge problem that Jim Harbaugh thinks that, like, that he shares no responsibility in this matter. The fact is that this employee makes $55,000 a year. So you're telling me that this guy is buying all kinds of tickets, multiple tickets for 30 plus games, right? And putting them on his credit card, and he makes $55,000 a year. I call bullshit. So they're going to find a paper trail, and they're going to see that he was reimbursed by somebody, because there's no way that he's just cashing out on these things and just being like, "Hey, it's my treat. I'll buy."
Still, even if he's paying for it himself, the video's going to somebody. I mean, right? I mean, why else is he recording it? He's not doing his own podcast. I mean, maybe he is. I guess there's underlying circumstances, but again, somebody had to be suspicious of this, find out and do some digging. And if that's indeed what's happening, then where's the video going? I don't care if he does it for free. The video's got to be going to somebody on the Michigan team somewhere, whether it's some ball boy or one of the guys up in their multimedia lab that pulls all the, stuff together, team video and stuff, so they can watch a video of the other team, from the week before when they played whoever. I don't know. I just think that they're gonna find that video somewhere, unless they're deleting it somewhere. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, they could delete Hillary Clinton's emails. I doubt that Michigan's gonna delete the videos.
Well, they might be able to find emails and videos and stuff like that, and yeah. I think they will. But the thing is that the NCAA is not a legal binding agency where they're just like, they can say, "Hey, we have a warrant, hand over your computer." So they can ask. They certainly can ask, but I don't think that this guy is going to willingly hand over his computer, and I don't think there's any computer to even have, because I think once he found out that he was caught or that they were investigating him, he scrubbed every single social media account that he had, and within hours. So I believe
he could have. I mean, if you really want to get down to the nuts and bolts, he could have been live streaming it. I mean, why live stream it, right? If they use some kind of app, I'll set up like a YouTube or something that wasn't recording the video file directly to his phone. They could have been live streaming it somewhere, and Michigan's just sitting back recording it on their end, or somebody within the Michigan organization. So it might not even be a flat file.
Yeah, that's true. And, I don't know. I just think that Michigan I don't think they're going to be able to put this one to bed. A lot of people are online. A lot of Michigan fans are online talking like, "Hey, you know what? Everyone's going to bitch all the way up until, if Michigan wins the national championship," which people believe that they have a chance to do this year, that they'll still call them cheaters. And, well, for good reason. I mean, the fact is that, like, if this was Notre Dame, if this was Ohio State, if this was Alabama, you don't think that Michigan fans would be sitting here saying the exact same thing about those teams? That would happen. Yeah. That would happen. So don't give me this line of fucking bullshit. My fucking friend Ryan Romani, who's a fucking goddamn Michigan alumni, he sat there and talked all this shit about how, like, people will just keep on talking that they're cheaters, even though that they won, the national championship fair and square. Bullshit. On the other flip side of things, you would be saying this exact same thing, and don't fucking lie to me. I know you would. Not that he's watching this.
Too. Well, let me ask you this. Um, can you honestly say, with the nicest cell phone that's out there, and you get the ideal perspective seat, can you get the actual game, the line of scrimmage in play, and be able to actually see the plays calling in too at that distance? You know what I'm saying?
He had the perfect seats. I mean, they said that he went to StubHub. It was basically the 45-yard line, and it was enough rows up where he had enough elevation to be able to see what he needed to see. And so they were very specific seats every single time.
Yeah, so, but even if you watch the broadcast of a game, you're seeing the line of scrimmage, sideline to sideline, and you might pick up the bench on the other side, but can you make out what calls they're like signaling in from that distance and be able to stay wide enough to get the line of scrimmage to see what play it is actually going to run? I'm sitting here trying to think through that, and I'm like, he'd have to zoom in on the guy and then zoom back out for every play. I mean, I guess it's possible, but he'd been doing a lot of production right there in his seat, and then you got drunk people around him going, yeah, like
that's what I thought the same thing.
Very practical.
And so here's another thing too, is the fact that, like, don't you think somebody sitting next to him is going, what the hell, dude? What are you doing? Like, or even like an usher, like, don't you think somebody would have, like, said something,
or the guy in front of you that's like this, yeah,
right,
and you can't get anything. I didn't get that play, damn it. No. It's like, I just don't think it's very practical if you really think about it. If he had a cell phone, I thought maybe he had like a GoPro or something like that. Even GoPro would be way too bad. Aperture.
Yeah, but GoPro, it's just a wide angle.
Too wide, right?
Yeah. So
what he would need is like a drone flying around out there. Right. It's like,
but I mean, but apparently this guy was really good at what he did, and they had shots of him on the sideline, and when there was a play called for a certain down for the opposing team, he was calling signs left and right to all the assistant coaches to let him know.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. He was in the background, and he was throwing signs like crazy.
Well, then it's underneath Harbaugh. Anybody on that sideline's underneath Harbaugh, right?
Well, here's another thing too. This guy, obviously, he can't be at every. He's not at games. There has to be other people involved in this, correct? I mean, the fact is this guy's on the sideline, signaling calls to assistant coaches. Then
right.
who they had an elaborate scheme. They had other people involved in this, that they were across the country, that were obviously at games that were going on probably the same time that Michigan's game was going on. So he wasn't at all these games. There's other people involved, and I'd like to know who those people were and who employed
them. So he
them.
may not have, I will believe that when he says he did not know this was going on, I could believe that. I can totally believe that. However, he is the head of that football organization, is he not? And he hired everyone underneath him. So if someone made a bad call and said, yep, this is a good idea, let's send this guy out and have him start recording games, they made that decision outside his scope. He will probably get in trouble for it. The school's going to ultimately get in trouble for it, but he's going to take some of the heat for this because he hired the guy, even though he may not have been aware it was going on. I mean,
you got to be responsible for your players. You got to be responsible for your coaches. Everything from the head coach on down, he has to be aware of. He has to know what's going on. And if he's not, then that's his fault, and he's got to take the blame for it, and he's got to take the punishment for it too. If there is a punishment that might come down.
Yeah, I mean, we learned that early on in the movie Waterboy. With Adam Sandler, he talks to the coach, and he knows what kind of water his team needs, and it comes all the way down to from the head coach down to the water boy. So
yeah, exactly. All right, let's move on.
Bobby Boucher knows what kind of water the football players need.
Such a great movie. All right, let's get on to talking about Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh, I'm not sure. I think Pittsburgh had a week off as well. So I don't know. I'd have to check here, but they did beat Louisville the week after Notre Dame lost to Louisville, and so which is it's crazy.
Odd.
Yeah. Let me just see here who they're playing. I don't even know who the quarterback is because it's not Jerkovic. I think Jerkovic's been benched.
Jerkovic has been jerked from the field.
So they played. Oh wow! See how this goes. And because I wasn't watching because I wasn't really preparing, but I should have prepared. But Notre Dame plays Pittsburgh, who just got off a loss to Wake Forest. So,
oh god,
21-17 at Wake Forest, and so that's wow. So maybe that was just a pitfall game for Louisville, and and Pittsburgh just had their number that day because Louisville had such a great game or whatever against Notre Dame or whatever, played so hard they just took a shit the following week. So it'll be.
Did Jerkovic transfer there last year?
Yes. So yeah, he was at Boston College last year. Let's see who their quarterback is. It looks like Christian Valoy. God damn, I can't pronounce this name. Valoy. That's not how you say it.
Sure. V, just call him V.
Hold on. Here we go. I'm gonna ask Google here. I'm gonna ask how do you okay, we're gonna have to go through an ad first. Thanks, YouTube. We're gonna get past this and hit Veil. It's Veyer. It's Veilleux. And it's pronounced Vea.
Is that a home game?
Yeah, it's a home game.
For Notre Dame?
3:30. Yep.
Then I can't wait for the old ginger quarterback from Dallas Cowboys, ex-college Cowboys head coach to pronounce it because he's just so exciting to listen to.
I hate our announcers. You know what? And the radio announcers are great. I like Ryan Harris as a color. I forget who's the play-by-play radio for Notre Dame.
Oh, I forget. Because he came out and did the first couple games because Collinsworth was sick with COVID or something. I don't mind Collinsworth as the color guy. He's fine, but you can't have a lame, mellow. The world is on fire, but it'll be okay type guy.
I know.
He doesn't get the crowd inspired and excited. And it's like, why is the radio broadcast that much more exciting to listen to? Notre Dame is getting their ass pounded. And you're like, yeah, and you're excited. You go to the TV thing and you're like, this is crap.
It's Paul, is it Paul Burmeister?
Yes.
And Ryan Harris.
I think so.
Used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like those guys. I like Ryan Harris. He's funny. Yes. Ryan Harris should do the color for the for TV. He's that good. He just
I'm totally fine with that.
Very much a homer, but he's great.
Yeah, I didn't care for Tirico either when he was doing it. He was, he's basically his his interview to do Monday Night Football, basically, or Sunday Night Football. I mean, so.
All right, quick prediction, Clutch. What do you think? Notre Dame, Pittsburgh. We've talked to any dynamics. Notre Dame obviously is got to get their offense going. We got about a minute left here.
What's Pittsburgh's record?
That's a good one. I should have this up and ready to go, and I don't.
Hey, Alexa, what is the Pittsburgh football team's record? Let's go do the Steelers.
The Pittsburgh Steelers' next game is against the Jaguars on Sunday.
Alexa, cancel.
They're 2-5. 2-5.
Canceling.
They are 2-5.
2-5. Okay, so I'm going to go. One's Louisville.
It can pass. There can pass. Passing yards 302 yards. So he's actually a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah. I'm going to say 40. Notre Dame 45. Pittsburgh Let's see. 9.
I'm gonna go Notre Dame. Notre Dame 28 and Pittsburgh 17.
What?
It's gonna be a little close.
We always do the opposite.
I know. All right, we got to close this edition of Broish down. Next week we'll
What do you want
talk.
to see from Alexa?
Hey Alexa, make sure that Michigan doesn't cheat anymore.
Hey Alexa, make sure Michigan doesn't cheat anymore. Never mind. We don't care. Added that to my shopping list.
What can I add for you?
Oh, I screwed that up. Hold on, let's try that again. Hey Alexa, add I hope Michigan doesn't cheat again. Oh, I don't care really to my shopping list.
I've added I hope Michigan doesn't cheat again. Oh, I don't care really to your shopping list.
Perfect.
What else?
That's it.
Awesome. Clutch, thanks
All right.
again. We'll see you next week, and hopefully with another Notre Dame
You
victory.
already have I hope Michigan doesn't cheat again. Oh, I don't care really on your shopping list.
Shut up.
All right, bye.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. They wanna go eat.